Good morning, sweet friends. How are y'all this morning? We hadn't made a cake in a week or so we're going to make a cake today. So get you out your paper and your pencil and let's take the recipe down. I'm going to read it slow. But this is going to be a bundt cake. I've already got my oven on. I've got my bundt cake floured and greased. And it's going to be a upside down pecan cake. She calls it an upside down cake. Pecan upside down cake. That's what she calls it. This was given to me by a sweet follower. And you know, I don't ever mention names when people sending me cards or letters or presents or anything like that, because some of it's private. They're kind of talking about some things that's happening in their life and all, and I'm not broadcasting it over the internet, I can tell you that. But we're going to make this cake. I have never eaten it before. I have never cooked it before, so we don't know if it's going to turn out good or not, but I hope it will after all the trouble I'm going to. I don't think she would have sent it to me, though, if it hadn't been. All right, it's really super duper easy, y'all. I mean, like, really. Here's all you do. You get you a yellow cake mix, whatever kind you like. So far, it's easy, isn't it? Put it in your mixer. Let me turn it this way just a little bit where you can see the mixer a little better. Is that better for you? Okay. All right, let's put our cake mix in. Ooh, that was hard. Now we're going to get the small box of vanilla instant pudding. This is the small one. I think it's like 3 ounces or something like that. They've got 2 sizes. So here's your vanilla pudding. We're going to put that in there. We're going to put a cup of water. A cup of water. A half a cup of oil. You don't go by the recipe that's on the box, okay? Of your cake mix. You're just going to do it like I'm telling you to. That doesn't go in there. Right, not right now. All right, so then you got to have 3 eggs. You know, I've always told you to have them at room temperature. And I just saw a shell go in there, and now I cannot see it. I never do. Here it is. There it is right there. Don't ever do what I just did. Don't ever do it. Always break your eggs in a bowl. So I'll break this in a bowl. All right, I'm going to start doing it. We're going to have 3 eggs. I can't believe I turned it on already. Most of the time I don't. All right, let's break the others. Do 3 eggs. And here's our 3rd one. My mother used to get all her ingredients out early in the morning and line them up, clean up the kitchen for breakfast and all that. And then she'd be ready to bake. I got out measuring spoons, and I don't know why, because nothing goes in it. Vanilla doesn't go in it. All right, so let's go over it again now. So you write it down in case you're writing while I'm talking. Let me find the recipe. I know I had it. Have you ever, I mean, how can it disappear this quick? I just had it. Here it is, stuck in between 2 plants over there. 1 yellow cake mix, 1 small instant vanilla pudding, 3 eggs. It says beaten, and I didn't see that part, so you might want to beat yours before you put it in there. Mine'll be fine. 1/2 cup of oil, 1 cup of water, and set it aside. So let's make sure it's beat up real good. Oh, it looks so yellow. I guess it's that instant pudding in there. I think that's good enough. What y'all think? Y'all have fun in the kitchen. Did y'all read my story in my cookbook about all that kind of dancing and carrying on? All right, here we go. There we go. All right, now then, I'm going to have to move you over here. We're going to do something on this side. I've already got our light set up, everything, okay? So let me get you over here and get our bundt pan. Y'all going to think this is something, what we're fixed to do right now. Let me get our batter out. Set it to the side over here. I'm coming back, y'all. Just give me a second, please. Just a second to get this beater out of here. All right. Now then, here's what you do. So you've got this done up, and that took about what? 5 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. We've got our oven on 350, and we've got our bundt pan, and we've got it greased and floured. I didn't flour it too good around the top, did I? Maybe I need to spread it just a little bit with my finger around that little top part. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. All right, now then, what you do now is you do this. You take a whole stick of butter and you melt it in your microwave or whatever. It's a whole stick, and you pour it in the bottom of this. Don't hit the sides. Just pour it right directly into the bottom, like that. Okay, now what you do is you take some, that was a stick of butter. Now you're going to take 3/4 of a cup of your brown sugar. And it's not packed, it's just loose in there. Sometimes y'all ask me questions in the comments, and I don't answer them because I told you in the video and you didn't listen. So I'm not going to retell you. I'll treat y'all like my little 7th graders. I didn't retell them either. When they weren't listening and I told it really good, they learned to listen, though, I can tell you that. All right, so you put the sugar around in that that butter, all of it, the 3/4 cup. Make sure you put a little bit, in each little spot right there. We're making an upside down pecan cake. Sounds good. I know what I'll have this afternoon with my coffee. You don't stir it around. It didn't say to stir it. It just says sprinkle. So we're sprinkling. Now then, it said to take a cup of pecans. Now I've got these are Priesters, and I've got the ones that are already chopped up, see, like that. But I've got a box out there just like this box, except it's whole ones. But I thought I'd use this today since it's already chopped up. All right, I'm gonna put a cup of these in there. And it's easy. Now I keep mine in the freezer, y'all. Pecans will go rancid, or any kind of nut will, if you don't use it up. So I just keep mine in the freezer, and that way when I need it, I'll get it. All right, there's a couple of pecans. And you sprinkle this over the other. Like that. Kind of evenly around. All right, now then, you take your batter and put in that. Now, don't stir it. Don't stir it. Take your batter, and we're going to pour it around the edge on top of the pecans. The lady that sent this to me said this has become one of their favorites. That's what she told me. Do y'all have you a bundt pan? If you don't, you probably need to get one because they are an easy cake to make. Whoop. Get that out there. Put some on this side. I bet it is going to be good. Probably pretty too. If it doesn't tear up, we'll see. As Miss Gantt always used to say, when we say we'll see, let's see. She'd say, let's see, said the blind man. That's what she'd say. Let's see. In other words, look. and feel and listen. I've always heard that people that are blind, that their other senses are much better than ours that can see, because they've learned to use the sense of smell and touch and hearing better than we. We ignore it, and they don't. All right, there we go. It's ready to pop in the oven. Let me see if she said how long to cook it. Let me get my recipe. We'll look and see. I think it's 40 to 45 minutes. Let's see what it says. 35 to 40 minutes. But you know, you can stick a skewer or something down there in it and get that done. And I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you this. Just in case y'all want to see what I'm doing here at the house. Got this from Priester's. It's, these are milk chocolate covered halves. I don't know if y'all do little gifts for, you know, just little friends and stuff like that, but this makes great gifts. Look in there. They take a pecan, and I know you've seen it on their website, because they've got a website you can go to and it shows the workers working, but they take that pecan and cover it in milk chocolate. It's good. And then if you're trying to find a little tin to give to somebody, a pretty little tin with something in it, they're doing these. And this has got the honey glazed pecans in that one. Milk chocolate pecans right there. And this one is praline pecans, which is one of my favorites. And this one is pecan halves, just plain. You know, nuts are good for you. Hannah, she loves tins. That's what you call these things, is a tin. And I guess you'd say she collects it. So she came over here the other day. She said, well, you finish eating that candy in there and all those pecans. Well, she got her some too. She said, I want the tins. I said, well, good, I want them. I'm going to keep them. I guess I'll wind up with a cardboard one. But anyway, you can get this to go in a stocking or whatever. This has just got your fiddlesticks in it. That makes a nice little gift. Now, this one's kind of, looks like it's Thanksgiving to me, because it's got that pretty turkey on it. Isn't it beautiful? She wants that one too. So, Priesters, if you're listening, we could use another one of these. Because she wanted that one, and I wanted it too. Let me show you what's in this one. A bunch of goodies. Look at there. That's the pecan pie right there. So, you know, you can, people always enjoy food. They're going to eat it. They're going to eat the food that you give them. And they're going to save the container if it's something they can use, which you could put all kind of stuff in here and store it. Well, gosh, I need to look at my thing. All right. It's 10 minutes till 12. So I'm going to be back with you in a little bit, in 45 minutes or 35. We'll have to check it and see. And we're going to dump it out. And let's pray that it dumps out right. Let me show you Miss Idra's, George's mama's tin. I want to show you it, because it is gorgeous. Let me get it. I don't know how old this is, and I've shown it to you before, but when they passed away and we divided up the furniture, everybody and the stuff, everybody just got to pick something, like you pick, you pick, you pick, you pick. Then you went back the other way. You pick, you pick, you pick, till everything was gone. Well, I had seen this in her house many times. So I picked it. Even though it was George's mama, I was close to her. She was a good mother-in-law. She treated me like a daughter. But isn't that gorgeous? That light is making a circle on whatever you're trying to look at. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All the naked branches and the sleigh and the full moon. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And I've heard I did a poem about the snow, the moon shining on fresh fallen snow or something like that. You people in the north that are following me and you're my Facebook friends, I don't get to see snow. I don't get to. About 15 years ago now, maybe 20 years ago, it snowed in Andalusia. We had a big snow, but I wasn't here. I had left George and I went to go visit Mom and Daddy. I always went to stay with them some. And so it started snowing here. It covered everything. Well, I called him. He said, baby, I said, I'm coming home. He said, no, ma'am, you're not. He said, you are not coming home. You're not driving in this snow. You don't know how to drive in snow. And so, you can't do it. So I stayed with Mom and Daddy. But I said, take lots of pictures. And he did. He took a bunch of pictures of the snow and the dogs out there running in it and playing in it. They were having the best time. And I would have loved to have been here with my husband. And it didn't snow in Tuscaloosa, which Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is about in the middle of the state. And I live on the very bottom of the state of Alabama, right in the middle of the bottom, in Covington County. We're right on the Florida line. We're only 75 miles from the beach, from the Gulf of Mexico, with a white, their sand is as white as my apron. But anyway, I remember that. That was a good memory for George. And I got to enjoy the pictures. I've still got pictures from it. But anyway, I'm going to just stop for right now, and I'll be back in just a minute or two, and we're going to dump this cake out. If you want me to, I'll make a quick pot of coffee, and we'll have coffee and cake for lunch. You ever do that? Instead of eating healthy, you just eat coffee and cake? I do. Love y'all. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, y'all. It's been 45 minutes exactly, and we're fixing to take it out. I stuck this in it at 40 to see, and it was really done, but it didn't look done enough to me, so I let it cook just a few little more minutes here. Woo! Drop my hot pad. All right, here it is. Look how pretty that looks. Looks pretty. It's pretty. All right, so here's what the recipe said to do. When you get it out of the oven, well, you turn the oven off. That's what you do. And you let it cool, covered. It said covered, whatever that means, for 5 minutes. So I guess what I'll do is take a napkin and cover it. I don't know if that's what she meant, but that's what the recipe said. So I'll be back in 5 minutes and we'll eat our cake and coffee. Okay, y'all, it's been 5 minutes. Let's reveal it. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we sure going to try it. I've got my cake plate out with my dome that I'm going to cover it up with. And I'm going to set it all over here on my buffet. And then when somebody comes in, they can come over here and get them some. All right, let's see what we can do here. I hope it works. I don't know whether it will or not, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. It's still hot. I know that. Let me get something stick up under it to get the thing up where I can get a hold to it. Ooh, I think it came out. Oh gosh, it looks delicious. Oh my word. Some of my pecans though are still in the bottle, but I'll get them out. Oh, that's pretty. I'm excited. Are y'all excited? We found us an easy cake. Christmas times are coming. Christmas times are coming. Christmas times are coming. And I know I'm going home. I am home. All right, what I want to do, because I'm not going to waste any of these, I can tell you. I'm not wasting any pecans, so I'm going to pull that out. I think the reason they don't want you to leave the cake resting any longer than 5 minutes is because once it cools, that brown sugar and butter and stuff in there will kind of, I don't want to say caramelize, but it'll do something. So I'm going to get it out and make sure I use all of it. This is a pretty cake, and it certainly wasn't hard. We can't say that, can we? while I was letting it cook, look at here. I cleaned up my kitchen, washed all the dishes, got everything cleaned up, got my mixer all back where it's supposed to be. I folded two loads of clothes, towels, sheets, pillowcases, all that stuff, and got that done. Ate another chocolate pecan thing a while ago. So all I've done today so far, well, I did eat 2 eggs for breakfast. I did that now. And some steak. I had steak and eggs for breakfast. Here's what happened. Last night I went to a forestry meeting, forestry Christmas party. I'm an Alabama Treasured Forest owner, whether y'all know it or not, but I am. But anyway, I belong to that organization. And we try to grow trees and get it right for the wildlife and that kind of stuff. We try to manage the land. So anyway, I couldn't eat that steak. It was huge. So I ate all my baked potato. I ate part of the steak. I ate a salad and some broccoli, and she made some cheddar cheese biscuits, and they were delicious. So I ate those. And we had it at the Auburn, well, the Solon Dixon Center, which is it's a Auburn affiliated, I think, thing down there. Had a big classroom thing. But anyway, so here's our cake. It's easy. I don't know if it's delicious or not. Let me go get my coffee. We'll taste it and see. Well, I thought that I saved some coffee from this morning. I was going to heat me up a cup in the microwave, but I didn't. I must have drank it all. So I'm not going to have it coffee. All right, so I'm going to slice it. Cut me a wedge out. Boy, it looks like it's going to be good and moist. That's for sure. Let's put it on a fancy plate. Let's put it on a fancy plate. We deserve a little fancy. We deserve to, even if we're here by ourselves, we deserve it. You know why we deserve it? Because I'm a child of the King. So I do. The Lord made a way for me. I am a child of the King. Are y'all a child of the King? Are you God's child? Well, I must say, it's delicious. Thank you for sending me the recipe. That's real moist, too. It's not dried out. See, it's real spongy. See that how it's doing? Can you tell that? This would be really good for breakfast to me with coffee. The pecans, they toasted in there. In other words, they're crunchy. With that brown sugar and butter on it, it is delicious. Thank you for the recipe, dear. Oh, that was hot. Somebody told me the other day on, I was reading the comments. I'll read those comments. I can't read every single one of them. You couldn't either, or you couldn't get anything done. I've just been doing that all the time. They said, I wished you wouldn't eat in front of people. That's not polite. Well, darling, if you don't want to see me eat food, eating food is part of cooking food. Why cook it if you're not going to eat it? If you don't want to see it, you know how you can fix that, don't you? Unfollow me. And then you won't have to see me eat it. I love y'all. Are you a child of the King? Well, then eat like one. Get you a fancy plate. You know, George got 2 plates. Let me see if I can find them. Let me see if I see these things. Let me see if I see them. And I don't see them right off. He bought one of these. He brought two of this. He bought two of these at an antique store. He said they're called Angelica. I think it's Angelica. It doesn't have anything on the back of it. He said when we retire, we're gonna eat out of these plates. This could be our retirement plates. I laughed at him. We never did retire yet. He died. He retired from one job, but then he started another one. We've been working all our life. We hadn't retired yet. Maybe one day I will, but not right now. Anyway, y'all deserve a pretty plate. Go somewhere and buy one plate. Let that be your plate. Love you. Bye-bye.